the fighting number at the bottom here was actually a math equation. Yokozuna Minanogawa, Futabayama here on the right, and then Haguroyama on the left. Okay, let's dive right into this pack opening. I got these cards not too long ago, maybe a few months ago, and these are some pretty hard to come by R-Series Menko from the early 1940s. And these are very popular because of their shape. And so these are some that I have not seen before. I've seen the sets, but I actually not have seen these specific Menko of these rikishi. So I bought them in order to catalog them in the next edition of my book. So I wanted to just highlight these. I'll go through them here in a second, but you can see on the back, it looks like we've got about 4 different sets here. I've cataloged all of these, but I'll walk through each one of these. So let's go ahead and we'll just start off with Kyushu Nishiki. I'll put that down here. So this is from the R461 set. This is the 1946 Hoshi, which is here you can see the company Hoshi Rikishi up 4, and this one's clipped at the bottom. You can't quite see it, but there's actually 4 digits. I think that's 6212. But you can see on the back here, Maegashira at the rank. In the middle, you've got the Gu Chokipa, or rock, scissors, paper, which was a way to play Menko back in the early 40s. And you can see height and weight are on the left and the right side. So if we turn this around, pretty cool front. It's got a crease, so this is definitely loved Menko. But these Rikishi series, you can see, have their hands raised. Some of them have their faces superimposed on here, others have this like caricature drawing. But I think what's most interesting on all of these is the, if you look at here, the design on the Keisho Mawashi. And this Keisho Mawashi is used in the ring entrance ceremony. Every day of the tournament, they'll have a ring entrance ceremony so the fans can see which Rikishi are actually competing that day. And so you usually get some very ornate Keisho Mawashi. And this one's got a mask there. I think that might be like a no play or a kabuki play, maybe. Maybe in the comments somebody can correct me on exactly what that is. But that's from 1946. Look at that, right after the war. So that's a pretty cool Menko here. This is Minanogawa. You can see over here, Yokozuna Minanogawa. Bottom here is 7211. So this is from 1940. This is the Type 1 of the R402 set. Type 1, this has got like the light blue back. You could argue maybe that's gray, but Type 1 back there. And then on the front, you can certainly see Minanogawa. He's got this tsuna, the Yokozuna tsuna white rope here that just as the Yokozuna get to wear. It does cover up some of his Keisho Mawashi, but you can see that caricature and then the hands raised. So R402 set, 1940. That's a pretty cool set. You can see again rank, height, and weight on the left and right there. Well, that's pretty neat. Here we'll put those over there. Just kind of display there. Okay, so let's go to these two. These are really hard to find. These are from 1941. These are the R413, the 1941 Rikishi Math 234 set. And you can tell kind of an era in the early 40s for about 5 years. The fighting number at the bottom here was actually a math equation. A lot of them were just numbers. But they did this math equation in the early 40s. So you can almost instantly tell this is from the early 40s, and we definitely know I've cataloged these before from 1941. You can see Maegashira, Matsugarata maybe, and then Bushu's on there. Again, height and weight on the left and the right, very distinct. And you can see the 12 times 2 and then the 30 minus 5. So a way for kids to actually learn a little math. And then if we turn them on the front, this is kind of neat. It looks like here we've got some, is that an origami fold? I don't know, if somebody could correct me. And then you got like this bonsai maybe, or pine tree on his Keisho Mawashi. Lots of creasing, definitely worn on these. These have been played with a lot. But I love that, right? That's what makes these so unique. But kind of turning them back over there again, that's pretty cool. Now these haven't been cataloged before in previous editions of my book, but I do have them in the current one. And these you can start to see are a little more high quality. So these are from 1941 as well. I cataloged them as R419 set. the 1941 Rikishi Math 2-3. And so you've got 4 different Rikishi here. Let's start off with the Yokozuna. How do I know this isn't from 1941? Well, certainly you've got Futabayama here on the right, and then Haguro-yama on the left, both Yokozuna. And then if you look on the back of the Menko, we've got, it looks like birthplace, height, weight, favorite technique, and then you can see the math problem there. So you know the math equation is from early 40s, so we can start to narrow that down to the early 40s. Nothing special on the front, different designs on the Keisho Mawashi. I'm not quite sure exactly what's on this one. It looks like some long pole. Maybe that's a tank there. I can't tell. In the comments, let me know what you think that is. So we know this is early 40s, but this is where we'll be able to identify almost the exact year. We've got Tamano Umi on the left, and then we've got Kyushu Yama on the right. And that's kind of a cool Keisho Mawashi. You got this carp like swimming upstream or jumping up a waterfall. Beautiful cards. These are really high quality. But then when you look on the back, you have Tamano Umi. And what's unique is at this Komusubi rank, you read it from right to left, Komusubi, and this is Maegashira. Komusubi rank is a rank where people are passing through it or coming down through it, going up or down. So people don't stay at Komusubi for very long, usually 1 or 2 tournaments. So we know Tamano Umi was in 1941, he was a Komusubi in 1938, and 1939 he was a Komusubi. But because Haguro-yama hadn't promoted to Yokozuna until 1941, we know this is 1941, and in fact this is printed right after the May 1941 Banza Cage, and right before it came out. So this is all right, for the US, right before World War II. And certainly Japan was in the thick of World War II at that point. So that's how we can identify this from 1941. You'll see this set cataloged in my 7th edition of the Sumo Menko and card checklist. So excited to be able to show it there and highlight some more of these Menko. Okay, I appreciate everybody tuning in to these historic, basically pre-war or war years R-Series Sumo Menko. So appreciate everybody tuning in. Hope you learned a little bit. Leave some notes in the comments if you got any questions, and we'll talk to everybody next week. All right, sayonara. Bye.